Hello, this is Azrael. Thank you for tuning into my channel. And in this video, we are going to be doing viewer questions and answers. Let's get started. SpongeBob bulge in the pants. Um, yes. Okay. Hey, Az. You you seem to have a lot of spiritual encounters. It has been my experience in studying these topics that most people have one or two instances in their life, if that. Why have yours? Why are why are yours so frequent? Well, to answer simply, I summon spirits. I contact spirits. That leaves a connection to the other side. So the more you practice evocation and invocation, you will begin to experience spirits more. Now, I also, well, I saw a lot of spirits before I even started that in my childhood a lot. And my mom always said it was probably because I was gifted on that area. She for two reasons. One, I put more stock in than the other. Now, one reason she actually believed that I would have psychic abilities because I was born with part of the placenta over my face, like a cowl, like a mask. And in some cultures, that is supposedly a sign that you will have be able to see beyond the veil. Okay. The one that I don't put too much stock in that, but the more people believe it, it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling omen, I guess, a mundane experience that has been charged with an expectation, and thus it's kind of like an omen now that basically our psyche makes it happen because we believe it. The other one is a little, I think, has more stock as far as what it is. I was also born dead. Um, my umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck 3 times, and I was unconscious, well, choked to death, basically from lack of oxygen. The doctor had to resuscitate me. And when you die and come back with a near-death experience or no near-death experience, I believe you get a taste of the other side and you bring it back with you. Um, that mixed with, of course, my spiritual practice in doing what most people stop at a Ouija board. I take it steps further and contact spirits, and they just have a connection. Okay, moving on to uh, Lady Ladybug Kitty or Ladybug Kitty. Anyway, is there shortcuts to learning to become a great witch? Well, if it's one of those things, if you ask if there's shortcuts, I'm going to say no, because just like a baby has to learn how to crawl on its stomach before it can learn how to crawl on its knees, and then learn to walk, and then learn to run, you have to learn the basics. You have to, don't rush things. Things happen in their seasons. Okay. Now, that being said, of course, there is learning shortcuts. One of the things that really helped me out was like correspondences. Now, I could sit down for hours and take say, Scott Cunningham's book of herbs and stones and sit down and painstakingly study each and every herb and try to remember something. Okay. But one of the things I learned quickly is that once you understand how correspondences work, you don't necessarily need one. A good example would be once I fully understood the concept of as above, as below, and everything has a kind of a gender and everything has a certain kind of hot or cold or receptive or projective energy, male, masculine, feminine kind of aspect. It didn't take long for me to say a watermelon. Well, that would probably represent the element of water. And since water is feminine, then more than likely watermelon would have been a feminine plant. And because it's swollen and carries a lot of seeds, it could probably be used for feminine pregnancy, fertility, such like that. All right, and I didn't need a book of correspondences with a watermelon in it to tell me what watermelon would be for. Okay, and then even with planetary things, I mean, since it's obviously feminine to me, then obviously it would probably represent, say, things like Venus, which is a feminine energy or feminine planet. You start learning how to do feelings and energies, and it comes to you. It just, but you got to do study. You got to study the basics, and the more you understand the basics, then you start branching out and understanding things that are not necessarily taught. Well, okay, so I hope that answered that question. All right, now moving on. All right, Anonymous 35. He asks, "What makes a great witch?" In my opinion. In my opinion, what makes a great witch is simply one individual that has taken a stand and decided not to react to the universe, but has decided to act upon the universe. And that's what makes a great witch. Someone who has finally decided that they are not going to just react, they will take control of their reality. That makes a great witch. Someone who does not let the universe boss them around. Okay, so that's all I have for the moment. Or I probably have more, but I don't want to make videos too long unless needed. So see you next time and more of the ask questions, get answers. Thank you for watching.